In Ohio, we have this ballot initiative this year. We have other measures, the things that Senator Thomas is pushing forward, the things that some of our courts are looking at, as you described. And we do have a moment where we have businesses starting to rethink their hiring processes because the labor market is so tight. We have people, as you say, in all parts of the state, and General Holder said it correctly, you do criminal justice reform, you take a risk. And we all remember Willie Horton, and everybody's afraid to do this. But we need to step forward and do it. And this is a year I believe this measure will pass because of exactly what you said, because it's now felt across the state. And it is rural communities as well as urban communities. And it's a shame that it had to come to that, but that's where we are. We have the opportunity to do this. And I believe that we can set an example for the country. And then when he goes to other states to push on this, he can point to Ohio. And if we do this well, and we were talking earlier that it matters enormously if we pass this year who the next governor is, because we'll have to implement it successfully. We're going to have to recognize that we'll save money in the long run, but not in the short run. We're going to have services in place for thousands of people potentially to come out of prison and successfully transition to our society. It's going to put a strain on our courts. It's going to put a strain on social services. The state is going to have to help. But we can do this. And if we do this, we have something we can really be proud of. We will have made an important difference. We will walk back this mentality that for years has sunk in and become concrete of mass incarceration. I mean, not to put this too abstractly, but when you were talking about potential, it reminded me suddenly of Thomas Gray wrote a poem, Elegy Written in a Country Churchyard. It's a famous poem. He goes up to the country churchyard and he's sitting there, and of course that's the cemetery. And he's looking at the gravestones and he's musing about all the potential of all these people, what it might have been had they had opportunities in their lives. Some of them might have become great writers, some of them might have become great leaders. They didn't have the opportunity. They're here in this obscure churchyard. Our prisons are cemeteries for people's lives, where they haven't been able to grow and flourish. When they come out, they're cut off from a future. We can change this in Ohio, and the morality of this is so intense and obvious to many of us. We have to do this, and we can do this, but we need to do this. And for so many people, and by the way, for so many families, every one of those individuals has a family, an extended family, and friends and others who are affected by their situations. We can really do this.
This is why you want him to be the governor. And I'm not saying that. Think about what he just said. The recognition of the Willie Horton factor and how this could be used against him and against Betty, and saying that our risk tolerance, our political risk tolerance is such that we're going to focus on policies. Again, listen to what he said, that are not going to maybe show results in the short term, and it's going to require us to spend money in the short term, but it's investment that will be good for our state over the long term. Now that's guts. It's the right thing to do, but it takes guts sometimes to do the right thing. And that's why I'm here. That's why I'm supporting these two people.
I like that.